Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to show number 2713. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, Robin Fox, and Mike Hawk. And you are in the men's room. On tap today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's meat and potatoes has sandwiches and sexy veggies. Sexy. Noah Sherlock is back. Get ready to play Profile This. Plus headlines, a men's room shot of the day, funable listener emails, and everyone's favorite TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack.
Drinkity John. All right, here we go. Man dies the most Iowa death ever after bin malfunction buries him in corn. True. Meanwhile, a Swedish couple gets baby name denied as a young Pilsner will not be born. New study says Americans check their phones 80 times a day. 3 new toys enter the Toy Hall of Fame if you want to go old school when you play. And more Iowa news as the FBI gets involved in high-tech cheating. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game. Boom. We're not even there yet, man.
Fired up.
Today is the day we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we spin the category wheel, and then we'll ask you a question. Yep, that's the category wheel. And then we'll ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right. Because as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, to date, our biggest dummies ever, it's a 2-headed monster known as the lovely Kimberly and the equally lovely Eric, both of whom dug deep and found a way to answer 19 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Well, of course you can. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
Be a contestant to play Big Dummy. Call 844-999-OLA. You can like The Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. And send your emails to The Men's Room at mensroomlive.com. You are listening to The Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the men's room.
Oh, bicholas, and away we go. Welcome to show number 2713. What a big show we have for you today. Noah Sherlock is back. The head chef is in the house as well. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has sandwiches that the people find appealing from across the United States. I guess some of the most more popular sandwiches.
Popular sandwiches.
How many times that people eat them? Everything from a PB&J to a big old turkey club coming up. And the new trend, that would be sexy vegetables.
Sexy.
That is coming up with the head chef. And today is the day we play Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. You call the program. We'll spin the wheel there. And all we ask is that you get one question right. Now, every week when we play Big Dummy, we do a little men's room poll. Last week, the poll was based on poor choices in fashion. You had to pick one that you would be willing to wear. And the choices were an Affliction t-shirt, overalls, a fanny pack, or Crocs. Now, as far as the voting that came in...
There's someone wearing all of those right now saying, what the hell's wrong with this look?
Crocs were the least favorite pick, believe it or not. That came in at 4th.
I believe that.
The Affliction shirt at number 3. Overalls made a strong run for first place, but the fanny pack was the overall winner in terms of fashion. And yes, you can vote on Twitter as well at mensroomlive.com. Poll...
Same on Twitter, dude.
Okay, that's
like
the first time.
Pack?
The fanny pack just beat overall by 1 percentage point.
All right, so this week's men's room poll is about tattoos and piercings. And so you have to pick which one of these you would choose if you had to pick one. All right, so the first thing I brought up, and I brought it up with the drunk at charge, Ryan Kessel, I said, what about a tongue piercing? And he says, well, if it's a guy, that means the same thing as it does if it's a woman. And I said,
Which is what?
What does that mean?
I think it means you want your tongue pierced.
Yes, exactly.
But I'm a piercing tattoo guy, so to me, it's like any of them.
But you know what I mean? If you have a tongue piercing, I would guess that it would be a little bit difficult to talk at first. It's going to swell up, you know what I mean? Whatever the deal is. So tongue piercing is number one. Gauged ears is your second choice. Now, the only thing that we know about gauged ears is, what does that mean?
Don't they have that weird smell?
Yeah, the weird smell, and they pop those gauges out,
That's
man.
all I've ever heard about gauged ears.
Okay.
I mean, think about it, right?
But one thing we know, if you're not wearing the gauged ears, your earlobe will always have that giant hole, and if it's windy, you're just going to whistle as you walk, because that doesn't... maybe sometimes it heals on its own, but I think the hole's so big, compared to what you have to put in there, if you have gauged ears, it's something you'll probably have for the rest of your life. The next choice is a forehead tattoo. Now, whatever that tattoo is, you get to pick it out, but it's got to be on your forehead in plain sight. Okay, so far, your tongue pierced, gauged ears, a forehead tattoo, or your ex's name tattooed on your neck.
F that.
So those are the four choices that you have today in tattoos and piercings. Tongue pierced, gauged ears, forehead tattoo, or ex's name tattooed on your neck.
Do you get to pick the X? Or does it have to be like that X?
Does it matter?
Well,
it's an X, man. I mean,
one of my exes has a name that I can just be like, yeah, it's a drug reference.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because her name is Molly. So I can be like, yeah, I just really love drugs. It's not like I got some girl's name tattooed on me.
Is that what the one you're going to go with?
Just based on her name.
Okay.
You were lucky enough to date a woman named Molly that people might confuse for drugs, so you're leaning that direction.
I think it would be better than having, like, just the name of one of my other exes, because then it would be blatant, like, well, there's... What's her name's name?
But eventually the truth's going to come out. You know what I mean? You start dating someone.
I love drugs!
Right. Which truth? I mean, you can go either way. He's not lying either way.
My girlfriend, Owaka. Yeah, it's going to be a tough pick for you today. Tongue pierced, gauged ears, forehead tattoo, or ex's name on your neck. I think if I were to get one on my forehead, and I've always said this, it would be of a housefly. Mm-hmm. So when people saw it, they'd be like, dude, you got a fly on your forehead. And I go, nah, it's tat, bro. And the other one I wanted was a green booger coming out my nose. But
yeah, I think I would go forehead tattoo. But to be fair, I have a tattoo in the back of my head. Tattoos mean nothing to me in the sense of I don't care what people think. So to me, that's easy. That said, I would never I wouldn't tattoo my kid's name on me. And I know that sounds horrible. And I have tattoos that are devoted to them specifically. It does not involve their name, because I'm still convinced if you get someone's name, right, like it could be your kid and somehow at age 18 they're going to change their name. You could get dear old mom's name, right? You get a tattooed on you only to find out that was never her real name. Like somehow, if you put your own goddamn name on your body, you're going to find out in 5 years that was never your name and actually you were kidnapped 15 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. Don't do names, man.
All right, let's get this thing going on here. The game is Big Dummy 844-999. Ola, do we have a contestant on the line ready to play the game?
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Hola. All right, John, you playing for Team Sober, Team Not Sober?
Sober.
Sober, John, welcome to the show. All right, John, men's room poll, tattoos and piercings. You're going to go with getting your tongue pierced, gauged ears, forehead tattoo, or your ex's name on your neck?
We're doing gauged ears.
Gauged ears. Okay.
Are your ears pierced now?
My ears are gauged now. They haven't had anything in them for, I want to say, 2 years, but they're still open.
So what do your lobes look like when there's nothing in there? Do they hang, or are they starting to tighten up?
Does it look like a little swing?
It looks like a little... it's in the little hole. I mean, you know, it's no swing. It's like...
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
There we go.
Okay, we got you.
Yeah, it looks like it's about the size of a pencil. It doesn't hang very far.
All right.
The size of a pencil is pretty sizable, though, you know? Like, if you could put a pencil in your ear to hold it, you know.
Could you still put a thing in there if you wanted to?
Yeah. No, it used to be the size of about a quarter, and then, like I said, it's been about 2-3 years since I hadn't put anything in there.
Okay.
But yeah, I could probably fit a Sharpie in there if I wanted to.
You ever think about like just putting quarters in there? That way, if you're on your way to the bus and you need some change, you're like, bam, right there, pop them right out.
I've rolled up dollar bills and stuck them in there.
Okay.
Did anyone try to take your dollar bills?
Nope.
No?
That would be
No
cool.
way.
Like if you were a male stripper, you could just tell them to put the bills in your ear.
Put it in my hole. Put it in my ear hole, mama.
Yeah.
All right, John, here's your question. And I just asked this of Ted, and I will give you the answer that Ted gave, which is not the correct answer. But what is a group of owls called? A group of owls.
A flock.
Not a bad guess.
All right, I asked the same question. I gave a hint. I said, what is a group of owls called? And you can either think British government or think cigarettes that black people smoke. Ted immediately went, Newport! So, Ted, that would be Parliament.
Salem.
A Parliament of owls.
Salem.
Oh, wow. Salem. I forgot about Salem.
Kind of fits both.
All right, what year was Facebook founded?
2003.
Ooh.
2006?
2004.
2004.
And the world is a better place.
I think the world's the same place. We just now know what more people are thinking.
Yeah.
All right. The Yangtze River is entirely located in what country?
China.
All right. Nice work,
Yeah.
Not
thanks,
bad,
Ed.
man. Yeah, man.
John. Yep. Probably every tributary involved in.
Does everybody say China that excited?
I think when they know they're right.
All right.
Actually, but one of the worst things you can do is be so confident in your answer only to find out you're wrong. And I always remember this on Jeopardy. The question was, what's the capital of New York State? The guy rings in, and it's just the way he said it. He's like, New York, New York. And I was like, no, it's Albany.
Sorry.
It's like, oh, it's so much worse. It's no problem being wrong. It just sucks when you're wrong when you're that confident going into it.
Game is Big Dummy. 844-999-HOLA. All right, who's our next contestant ready to play the game?
Hello, Kiana. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, Kiana, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Welcome to the show, Kiana. All right, let's go with our men's room poll. You can either get your tongue pierced, gauged ears, a forehead tattoo of your own choice, or your ex's name tattooed on your neck.
I'm going to be weird and just say X's name.
Ex's name on your neck.
What is the ex's name? Which ex would you go for?
The very last one.
Was he the best ex?
He was the only X.
Oh, he's the only ex.
Okay, well, that makes it easy.
Okay.
How many letters are in his name?
4.
Okay, that's not so bad. And is there any, much like Molly for Ted, is there anything else we might think that his name could mean? Like if his name is Weed, you can get away with some stuff.
No, there's no other meaning.
Okay.
Just
Boring.
just plain old Doug.
I was thinking Todd. I don't know why.
Todd.
Carl.
Sean.
Dave.
Eric.
Bill.
Yeah, that's it.
Eric?
Eric?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just going to be Eric, man. It's not code for anything. All right, here's your question. In what year did McDonald's start serving breakfast with the introduction of the Egg McMuffin? It's the same year as Super Bowl VI.
Egg McMuffin.
Cowboys defeated the Dolphins 24-3, in case you care.
Cowboys defeated the Dolphins.
Oh. Yeah. And the Dolphins were perfect. Or no.
No.
Damn it.
Come on,
No, because
man.
the Cowboys defeated
Come on,
them.
man.
I know.
That left your mouth
How old
before
are you,
wanted to,
Kiana, if you
didn't
don't
you?
mind me asking? How old are you?
27.
All right, this would have been way, way, way before you were born.
Yeah. I would say, 58.
Is it 73?
72.
72. All right,
And what, the next year the Dolphins are perfect?
Yeah, so it would have been the 72 season. They're perfect. Played the Super Bowl in 73, right? 'Cause the Super Bowl is always played the year after your season. All right. A panda bear's daily diet consists almost entirely of what plant?
Bamboo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very good. And anybody who's ever planted bamboo would love to have a panda come over and eat every bit of it out of their yard.
No kidding, man.
That stuff is just unbelievable. Game is Big Dummy, 844-999. Ola, who is our next contestant on the line, ready to play the game?
Hello, Thomas. Welcome to the men's room.
What up?
Hola.
All right, Thomas, I'm going to assume you being in your car that you're sober, correct?
I wish I wasn't sober, but it's one of those days.
I hear you, man. Every
One of
day's
those
like that.
days that I have to be sober.
Thomas, are you going to go tongue pierced, gauged ears, forehead tattoo, or X's name on your neck?
I've actually considered getting gauged ears. I never committed to it, so I guess I'll go with gauged ears.
All right, fair enough.
How come no one ever does like a gauged nose? Or a gauged tongue, right? You know what I mean?
It actually exists.
You're saying it does exist?
Yeah, it's
Oh, God.
Once again, bedroom colors, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
Man, oh, man, Thomas.
All right,
Like I said, it's one of those days, guys. My apologies.
No problem.
One of those days I'm sober, so I curse a lot. All right, Thomas, here's your question. And Robin, I'm curious to know if you know the answer to this. But what is the name for a confection that consists primarily of sugar or honey and almond meal?
Say that one more time.
What is the name for a confection that consists primarily of sugar or honey and almond meal?
Sugar, honey, or almond?
Sugar or honey and
Okay.
almond meal. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know.
Miles?
Caramel.
No.
Almond meal. I'm trying.
Almond meal. So it's sugar or honey mixed with almond meal.
What's that stuff called? Brittle?
No. Marzipan.
Nougat?
Marzipan.
What is marzipan?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm tracking.
You've had it with
I'm
some of your
tracking.
fancier desserts.
It's almond paste.
Basically,
Is
yeah.
how other places would describe it. Yeah.
I call it like a high-end Cool Whip.
It's fantastic.
High-end Cool Whip.
High-end? If there was high-end Cool Whip,
Yeah.
I'd buy it.
Hell yeah. Actually, I sprayed some Ready Whip into my mouth today. The kids had their pre-Thanksgiving lunch thing today. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what it entailed, but basically your kids show up with a construction paper headdress or pilgrim hat, all right? Mm-hmm. They sing 6 songs to you, and I believe all 6, because you've never heard any of these songs, but all of them are to the tune of, oh crap, I want to say Pop Goes the Weasel. So I'm like, do I know the song? Then I'm like, no, this is Pop Goes the Weasel. They're throwing in turkey and stuff. But yeah, turkey, stuffing, and then there was pumpkin pie with some Ready Whip. So I showed my son the age-old classic of how to spray it directly into your mouth.
While he's at school.
That is correct. It's a place to learn, Miles. No better place to teach, right?
You'd have been kicked out of my class.
Yes, I would have. All right, here's your question. What major airline is named after a Greek letter?
A Greek letter.
That is correct. It's just so much. I got this wrong, but it's so much easier than you think it is.
Really?
I can imagine. If, you've flown a lot, I'm pretty sure you would know it, but, I haven't, so...
If you don't get it, you're going to be irritated when I tell you. It's one of, like I said, I guessed wrong, then I'm like, oh, God damn it, of course.
Once again, I can't say.
Yeah. United?
Delta.
Delta, damn it!
Think of every
I'm flying
fraternity.
Delta next week.
Oh, man.
Damn it!
Right, think of every fraternity you've heard of, right? That's in there somewhere. All right,
When I think of Delta, it's the thing that comes to mind is just mathematics, like trig and all that. So it's just and then you don't connect it to the Greek letter, and you're just like, well, now I feel stupid.
No, I connect it to disappointment and long waiting times. But that's true of any airline,
right.
not just Delta. All right, your question, how many keys are on most baby grand pianos?
Aren't they the same number of keys as any other piano?
No, because a lot of, so you have grand pianos, baby grand pianos, and like at my house, I have 2 stand-up pianos, and they are about 3/4.
Okay.
The same size.
So full-size grand pianos, I think, are about 32 to 36 keys, so I'd say 18.
Man,
64, I would think.
88.
Damn.
It was like a Casio keyboard growing up.
Isn't that like the name of a piano bar?
I
I think it is, like 88 keys.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're talking about. Piano bar, for sure.
I thought they were talking about a janitor.
I was going to say, that was almost one of my hints. The same number of keys that the average janitor carries on a key ring.
Right.
Yeah, giving the guitarist a piano question isn't really, I think, the best idea.
No. That is even worse, man. It's a stringed instrument. They're both stringed instruments, right? The piano's the mothership of it all. I mean, if you ask a piano player how many strings are on a guitar, they're going to know. All right, here's the question. What is the name of the instrument used to measure earthquakes?
Oh, that's seismograph.
A what?
Did we lose him?
Seismograph? Isn't that right?
Seismometer. Seismometer. You're so close.
I know.
All right, there, guitarist Thomas.
That's how women measure you.
Yeah, I was going to say, seismometer sounds like a dirty nickname for
And
somebody.
it goes from the tip of your middle
Did you go out
finger
with
to
them?
the base of your wrist.
How was the seismometer? Oh, not good. Oh, sorry.
Hey, wait. What are you talking about? Like, there's nothing to measure on me.
Oh, it's even better.
All right, question 4, Thomas.
What is known as the master gland of the human body?
The master gland?
Yep.
No hints to what region it's on the body?
I'll be honest with you. It's probably the only gland that I know that everyone says
Exactly.
first.
That would be my guess.
So not like
China.
sweat glands or anything, but like if you say name a gland, this is
The most popular.
yeah, hugely popular. It's like the
In the
Beatles.
gland community.
Okay, repeat the main question one more time.
What is known as the master gland of the human body?
Name a gland.
I mean, if you're considering a gland and it secretes or pumps fluid, wouldn't it be the heart?
Pituitary.
You got it. Gland. Name a gland you've heard of that's not sweat.
I knew it was wrong. It might as well say something rather than nothing, right?
Oh, there you go. Your question? Well, I guess it depends on the answer.
I don't know.
Ted's like, I'm not so sure. Should have kept that one to yourself. All right, real quick. In Russia, a woman's last name usually ends with what letter?
Ooh.
P.
Oh, I want to say A.
All right. Nice job there, Thomas. Good
Nice work, man.
Took you 5 to get it done, but you got it done. Game is Big Dummy. If you'd like to be a contestant, 844-999 Olamora Big Dummy on the way. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Silicon Head Chef in the house, Ted's Meat Potatoes, has sandwiches, popular ones, and sexy veggies, which happens to be the
Sexy
new trend.
veggies?
Sexy
Oh,
veggies,
yeah.
believe it or not.
I don't even understand
That is coming up with the head chef after we get done with the game known as Big Dummy. And speaking of, who is our next contestant ready to play the game?
Hello. God damn it. Hello, Peter. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Beer.
All right, Peter, you playing for Team Sober, Team Not Sober today?
Not sober.
All right, welcome to the show, Peter. And our men's room poll. Tattoos and piercings. If you had to pick one, tongue piercing, gauged ears, a forehead tattoo, or your ex's name tattooed on your neck.
I'm going tongue piercing.
You're going to go tongue piercing. All right, first vote for pierced tongue.
All right,
I
here.
had to choose any of them, yeah.
Pierce tongue there.
piercing.
All right, Peter, here is your first question. What star of the movie Basketball Diaries did not win his first Oscar until 2016?
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That is correct, Ted. Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's a good movie.
He was in Basketball Diaries?
Basketball Diaries, yeah. Him and Mark Wahlberg.
That was like the whitest basketball movie possible. All right.
It's called Passing. All right, your question.
Assist man.
What does the military acronym HALO stand for? And as a hint, the H in HALO stands for high, the L in HALO stands for low.
High altitude, low. Damn it, what's the O?
So
That's what
far,
she said.
you've gotten the first 3 right. High altitude,
It's a gum.
low.
It's a gum. It's a gum, Peter.
No, it's not.
It's not a gum?
No.
Oh, no.
No idea.
I was going to say it was orbit.
Dang it.
Opening.
Opening.
High altitude, low opening.
Oh, that makes
Also
sense.
known as the Mile High Club.
Oh,
I'm a solo aviator in that.
I feel better.
a solo aviator.
Yeah, in the Mile High Club.
Oh, so you've taken care of your own business on a
I
plane.
don't think I've ever masturbated.
That
on
is
a plane.
true.
Ted, I know you have.
I have.
Were you the pilot of this plane?
Hell no.
All right. And would you just go to the bathroom?
Yep.
Okay.
It was
How long?
like a 14-hour flight.
I was going to say, if this was like
okay, fair enough.
if this was like a 45-minute flight, then
Vegas to L.A.
No,
exactly,
no.
like that's a lot different than going to Cairo.
It was like New York to Paris.
That is truly the romantic city.
Yep.
Even masturbate on the way.
What route did they take? 14 hours seems a long time.
Maybe they flew west.
Peter, I got to ask, man, you're on this plane. You know what I mean? What was it that turned you on?
Boredom.
Okay.
I just want to kill time.
All
like,
right. All right.
I love-
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought maybe you were having a hard time falling asleep. I'm trying to think of the reasons that you might do that.
Because you can. Generally, that's entirely what it makes up. Like, I can, so I'm going to. But that's so weird, man, because, like, you're sitting on a plane and someone next to you, hey, excuse me, man, I have to run to the bathroom. And you just assume they're doing the number one or number two. And, like, nope, neither.
Or you're thinking, man, I don't want to go in there after this guy. He blew this place up. And he did.
Just in the opposite way.
Yeah.
Somebody squirted hand lotion on the back of the door. Your question. In hockey, how many players from each team are allowed to be on the ice at the same time?
6.
That was a quick answer, Peter. You must play a little hockey in your day.
I was going to give him a hint and say it's one of the numbers of the beast. 9. But then I thought if I say that and someone gets it wrong, I'm going to throw myself out of the window.
Yeah. Game is Big Dummy, 844-999. Ola, who is our next contestant ready to play the game?
I don't think you have to give a hint. People should just know how many guys are on the ice.
I didn't. I just thought, in case I need to give one, that's going to be my hint. One of the 3 numbers of the beast.
If you would like to be a contestant and play Big Dummy, 844-999. Ola, more Big Dummy on the way after this brief chance for stations to identify themselves.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.